Okay, hello everyone. Today I had completed all about learn about AWS S3 concept. I had learned about how we store objects and what is buckets, what are the prefixes, and what are the file paths in AWS and each and everything in AWS. You see, now in AWS S3, sorry. Now, let me take you through my complete what I had learned. Now, the use case of S3 first, then what are buckets, and now what is the key, what is particular key, what are the prefix with the term prefix. Basically, key is the full path where which will take us to our particular object. We have file.txt or we have images.png or so on and so forth. Also, we have prefixes. So basically, we tell directory as a prefix. We use the word prefixes because you see in the UI we feel like we are storing something into directory, but actually we are storing into a prefix. We are storing an object into a prefix. An object means file.txt or images.png, images.png or jpg. Right. Now, moving ahead with security part. In security, I had learned about two things, the IAM policy and the bucket policy. We can configure a particular security of a particular object using an IAM policy, means roles, users, and so on and so forth. And also, roles, users, and groups. And also, we can configure the security for that object in the bucket itself. Right. So in the bucket itself, like this, if you can refer this JSON file, you can see this JSON file. We will refer this and do our work, do the work. Now, talking about this block public access settings means if we are giving our link to someone, right? And if we had enabled all this, you are seeing this off, right? Means if you can see this, all things are off, right? So basically what will happen is anyone can access this website, this particular object or anything. But we but we for now we do not want to access it to be accessed. So we will keep it off and we will share the website publicly. So the objects which we want to keep safe will be safe means they will not be public if they are off. Right now, I learned about static website hosting and versioning. Versioning is pretty simple. Now, replication. In replication, there are two concepts, CRR and SRR. What is in CRR is cross-region replication, and SRR is this is similar region replication. Cross-region replication means we had compared it with CloudFront. Means we are replicating our objects in multiple edge locations so that it will be easily accessible. And we are replicating means it will be take so much of space, memory space. So it is not efficient with compared to CloudFront. So we are not going with it, but there are some use case of CRR, right? Means for replication, of course. And talking about the SRR, we have the similar region replication. Means if we are doing with the production, if the code or object is being used for the production environment, for the dev environment, for the deploy testing environment, then what we will do? Then we will use this as a SRR so that that particular object will be used by different kinds of different categories of the uh, departments. Now, talking about the batch operation. Batch operation is wonderful thing. Means batch operation, if we want to avoid batch operation, we can using uh, one more thing I forgot. But no. Batch operations are means what we are doing is that we are uh, doing so many operations in one time. Means we are shifting the objects from one location to another bucket manually. Or we can use one more thing if you want. If we do not want to go manually, I forget that particular thing. Uh, Maybe not. There is no automation for this particular thing. But yeah, if I refer, I will put into the description that yeah, it's possible to do this automatically. But what this block batch operation is particularly used for is that for if we have objects in our a particular bucket and we have not enabled the application L yet. Now we are enabling the application now. but we have objects already in S3. Now what will happen is that the replication will not be done. Means further we are adding objects, they will be replicated into the another object in the another region. But the objects which already existed will not be replicated that in that region. So we have to take them manually. We have to shift them manually. So that's why this batch operations comes into the picture. Similarly, we have delete marker. This is also a wonderful point. This will come in exam, I feel, because we have what we have particularly here is that the delete marker will also be replicated. Means uh, we have an object, we have uh, replaced it with another object, and we have deleted it. So this all logs means all will be saved. Now if we delete the delete marker, then I will get my object back. So this delete marker will not let me permanently delete my object, and will help me to come to my older version. And this all will be replicated to my uh, another S3 bucket in the another region. So this is how this whole things works in delete marker. If I do not enable the delete marker, then this nothing the replication thing will not going to happen. Another this thing in my origin will, of course it will be remain same as is. Now talking about chaining, it is pretty straightforward. Means I had learned a lot of things today about so many things like about storage class. Storage class, I'm assuring you that I will get so many questions in storage class. Means when to use standard IA, when to use Glacier, when to use Glacier Deep Archive storage class, and so many things. What is intelligent tiering? Means we are automating all this stuff. Means whenever when to use as a storage class or SAI storage infrequent access storage class, or when to use Glacier, when to use Glacier Deep Archive storage class, we are automating this all the things. Now transitioning between the storage classes, this all will things will be automated. And if we want to do this all things manually, then I will use lifecycle rules. Okay, and this thing fascinated me, you see. Now, storage class analysis, it is also great. Requester phase means the client phase. Yeah, means not client particularly, but if I am the owner of my S3 bucket and I am providing you services, then and you are taking the services, then you also must pay for the networking, right? So this is what the requester pay means. Kind of soldiery I compared with. Yeah, if we go with our so many friends and I am giving you providing you. So basically, I used my own logic. I don't want to confuse you with that. But yeah, all in all, that's particularly that I wanted to tell that, yeah, I learned this concept. Concept it was. Yeah, this one. Requester pay. Okay. Now, baseline performance, great. Means we are getting so many requests for a particular thing. And now already it is 9 minutes. But yeah, the content is so much. In S3, there is a lot of content, tons of content. This filtering thing had fascinated my mind. This is the best thing I had learned, which is this this SQL, this database filtering part. Means we are not filtering when we have completely fetched the data from the S3 bucket, but we are filtering that what we want from S3 bucket in the client side only. Means in the S3 while fetching the data itself. So earlier what we were doing, earlier we used to fetch all the data from the SD bucket and then filter that, yeah, I want this particular things, I want this particular parameters. But now what we're doing, we are fetching we are filtering there only, the in the client side only, and fetching the data. So it is, as you can see, it is 400% faster and 80% cheaper. 80% cheaper means lots of things. And how we can use these all things means in the batch operation, the S3 select. Select means I haven't mentioned the select part. Yeah, so this is the select actually. Yeah, this whatever I just told you about is the select. Now where we can use this select and batch operations in one project. we can use in here, like, yeah, we have inventory, then we will apply the select, we will filter the data, we will process, we will do the batch operations, and then we will get the processed outcomes. So yeah, here I comes with the end of the day 8. After that, I had learned about the Docker part, means the ECS, EKS, Fargate, and ECR, the registry, and done the and just see the hands-on, because I do not have the credit points right now with me, so I didn't uh, took the risk of spending them. I will get some credit points, I believe, so I will wait for it and after to the hands-on, and will share my experience and reflections with you. After that, one more question come into my mind is the motivation I lack, because I am writing so many of notes, too much of notes, right? You see, which took too much of time. So why make notes? The questions arises that what is the need of making notes? The need of making notes is like if we can remember things when we see it and we hear it, but when we understand it and write it by means after understanding it and after 2 3 minutes of gap, when we write it, the concept becomes like a root in our mind. It like the roots of the tree. It becomes very strong in our mind. So that's why we should make the notes. So if you are preparing for something and if you are not making notes, then I think you should make notes. Why? Because you must think like, yeah, we are computer engineers. Then what is the need of making notes? We should do the hands-on. Yeah, we should focus on hands-on. We should focus on doing hands-on part, means yeah, understanding the CCS, these auto scaling groups and everything, it's necessary. It will be, we will remember it by doing hands-on only, but to understand the concept, we must try it. And to make someone understand about this concept, we should make notes so that the concept will be more clearer. We will do the hands-on more confidently, and yeah, so that's the reason we should notes. Now the second question arises that they were how to make notes. Yeah, so the reason of why to make notes is why to make notes, how to make notes. Means how to make notes, how we will we make notes is like we will see the particular explanation of the video. If I'm talking about the SSA part only, we will see the particular the explanation. After that, I will see the hands-on also, and then after I will go back to that particular part in the explanation part and see that yeah, now I am able to understand why. After I'm coming to this explanation after I have watched the hands-on. So where the services are, where are the parameters? They will come in my mind, and I will able to visualize and imagine very perfectly. And after that, I will make notes. Then it will be very strong concept I will build. So that is how we can make notes. So that's the motivation behind making notes, that why should we make notes and how to make notes. So yeah, that's two things I wanted to share with you. Now this is my longest video till now, but yeah, from tomorrow I will keep in mind that my baseline will be 5 minutes and I will not make the video longer than that. So sorry for hearing my voice, and thank you so much for listening to me till the end. Bye. Stay tuned.